The housing market can be maddening to predict. So what do the experts think?
I think it's an excellent time to be a buyer, so much so that I just bought a house.
Hey, it's our pal Trevor Halpern, President and CEO of Halpern Residential at North & Co.
You're going to have sellers willing to concede on a number of things, including price.
We're running down the best strategies for the current housing market. And let's start with what's not only the elephant in the room, but an elephant in the room that's smashing all your furniture: interest rates.
Don't just look at interest rates alone when it comes to your purchase decision. Look a couple of chess moves down the board until we can refi into a more permanent mortgage at a lower interest rate.
The idea here is that rates shot up pretty quickly, but at some point, and really nobody knows when, but someday, they'll start to ease down again. So ask yourself,
do I love this house? Can I afford the payment over an indeterminate period of time?
And more than ever, you really need to shop for your loan.
Because there are many loan products out there that could fit your particular need, get you a lower interest rate, and ride it out.
And because there's so much pent-up demand and not nearly enough housing inventory, if or when interest rates do go back down, the market's likely to turn back into a crazy hot seller's market again.
By the time those interest rates are so low that you're going to refi, the competition in the market is going to pick up, and thus people are going to pay more than list price, waive appraisals, buy homes in as-is condition. So right now, as a buyer, you have the power to get a better deal at a little bit higher interest rate and then refi into something in 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 months.
Now, some seemingly bad things had some upside, like the high interest rates, which help restore some buyer power.
Sellers are going to start coming around more and more to the current market dynamic and will understand we're not going to price aspirationally. And yes, we may have to negotiate whether that's a price reduction or whether that's giving a buyer seller concessions. We're going to see sellers accepting things that over the last 2 years they may not have considered accepting.
The other bad thing with upside, the red-hot housing market of these past few years means you may qualify for larger loans.
The conforming loan limit in nearly every municipality across the country just went up dramatically.
A conforming loan is a mortgage that meets Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac guidelines.
What that means for you as a buyer is that you can get a conforming loan at a much higher price point, which allows you to put as little as 3% down, 5% down, and with loan limits adjusting dramatically. For instance, Phoenix went from the 400s to the 700s over the last couple of years. That is a dramatic increase in your purchasing power as a buyer to buy more home with less money out of pocket.
And if you think real estate's a good investment, these higher conforming loan limits mean you can invest more in your property.
So look holistically as a buyer. Look down the road, over the horizon, and see if you can capitalize on these current market conditions.
Tips for a transitioning real estate market are at the top of the list.